What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Chemical Guys Detail Garage. Now we'll be moving on to part number 2 on this beautiful 2021 BMW M4. So we finished washing it, but one thing that this paint does not have is protection. So today I thought it would be a great idea for me to clay bar the surface, and then we're going to be protecting it with carbon 4 ceramic coating. To start off with, whenever we finished washing it, we were rinsing on the vehicle and we noticed the paint on this car had no type of beading effect whatsoever. I mean, the water was just sticking onto the paint, and that is something you do not want, because when water just sticks directly onto the paint, what ends up happening is contamination, water spots, or other things just tend to stick onto it, and it embeds itself into the clear coat. So by adding a protection such as a glaze, a sealant, a wax, in this occasion we'll be applying a ceramic coating. A ceramic coating is going to cause all the water accelerate off the vehicle. Any contamination from bird droppings, UV rays, fallout that sits on the surface of the vehicle, it's not going to embed itself onto the clear coat. It's just going to be sitting on top of it, and it's going to make drying a lot easier. But before we get into the ceramic coating part, we always recommend clay barring the surface of the vehicle. I started off clay barring the surface of the vehicle with the light duty clay bar. The light duty clay bar works for any newer cars or any cars that don't have so much contamination. And then we paired it up with clay luber. So clay luber is a synthetic lubricant that's going to help me glide my clay bar across the surface of the vehicle. So like this, I never have a dry spot and I never cause clay marring. So all you want to do is rip off a small portion of your clay. So if you get a Chemical Guys clay bar, it comes in a little square. You'll pop it out of its case. Once it comes out of its case, it's going to have 2 plastic films over it, and these plastic films, all it does is protect it. So what you want to do is rip it off or just peel it off, put this off to the side, and then there's also another one on the back. You'll peel this one off as well, and then now you have a big portion of clay, and what you want to do is just rip off a very small portion of clay. You do not want to use a whole entire clay bar on the vehicle. I mean, you can, but what ends up happening if you're very clumsy and you come near an edge and unfortunately you drop it, you have to get a new piece and then you're all out of clay. So what we always recommend is just rip off a small portion that covers 3 width fingers of yours. So about this much can do the whole entire vehicle. And now I am left with this big block of clay. I'll put this big block of clay back into its little cubby, and I'll store this item away. So as you guys can see, I resealed it, just pushed it down, and like this I get no type of contamination, rocks, or anything else on there. So whenever you use a clay, you want to roll it into a little ball, then you'll knead it out into a patty that covers 3 width fingers, and a clay substance is very sticky, so the clay bar is going to be constantly pulling out all contamination onto the clay bar. So after kneading it into a patty, what you want to do is stick it onto 3 fingers. You'll grab your clay luber, you'll go to the area, you'll miss the area, you'll miss your clay bar, and you'll go side to side. Once you are done, if your clay bar still looks brand new, you can restore it away, but if it does not and it's super contaminated, we recommend tossing out this portion of clay, and next time you come back to detail your car or clay your car, you rip off a new portions like this. You make your clay bar much more efficient. So this is the clay bars process, and once you're done with the clay bar process, there's going to be the polishing process. So if your car has scratches and swirls, we recommend polishing them out either with a polisher that's a dual action or a rotary polisher. In this occasion, we're allowed to skip over the polishing step because this vehicle has no type of scratches whatsoever. The paint is in 100% condition of not being scratched whatsoever. So this is why we're going to be skipping over the polishing process. But if you want to learn how to polish, there'll be a link down below in this video that'll teach you how to polish any car, anytime, whether you want to use a rotary or a dual action. The link will be down below. So now it's time to talk about the ceramic coating part. I'll just put my clay bar on top of the nozzle. So the ceramic coating part is going to be consisting of applying carbon 4 ceramic coating. So it comes in this cool packaging with its applicators, and whenever you use it, all you want to do before using it is you want to rip off the tag off your microsuede applicator, throw that away or toss it. You'll remove the cap, put the applicator on top, you'll flip it, you'll go side to side until you get product onto your microsuede applicator, then you rub it on. But anyways, guys, it's time for me to show you guys how to actually apply it on this vehicle. So I'll meet you guys on the hood of this car. All right, guys, so now it's time to move on to our ceramic coating process, and it's time for me to show you guys how to properly apply carbon 4 ceramic coating. So carbon 4 ceramic coating is a 5-year ceramic coating that's going to protect your ride with proper maintenance, proper care. So anything that might land on it, it's just simply going to wipe off or roll right off the surface. So Carbon Force has a 1-ounce bottle that it comes in. So all you want to do is remove the cap before using it. So you'll place it somewhere where you could find it once again, because once you're done, if you have any leftover, we always recommend sealing it, because if not, it will crystallize. So now we have a microfluid applicator. As you guys can also see, I'm also wearing gloves and eye care. So now, instead of flipping it, you'll put the applicator on top, you'll flip it upside down, you'll tap it, and you'll just massage it back and forth. And once you're done massaging it, you'll flip it back, you'll hold it. My dominant hand, my right hand. So now you go to the area, and all you want to do is work it in linear motions. But you need to be very careful whenever you are working with a ceramic coating. A ceramic coating is going to harden on the paint, and you want to avoid high spots. So as you guys can see, I am overlapping the previous pass that I am doing. So Carbon Force is a ceramic coating that not only works on paint, but it can also work on your headlights, it can work on your glass, as well as your wheels. So like this, you stay protected using one product like Carbon Force ceramic coating. So now before you guys start commenting down below, can I use a Hydro Line on top of Carbon Force? And the answer is yes. So Hydro Charge and Hydro Slick, if you apply it over Carbon Force, it's going to rejuvenate it. It's going to make it much stronger because you're going to have extra ceramic coatings on top. So after applying it, we always recommend letting it sit anywhere from 30 seconds to 2 minutes. It all depends on the weather where you live. If you live in an area where it's super hot, the product's going to be flashing a lot much faster. So that's when you just let it sit for 30 seconds. If you live in an area where it's a little bit much more colder, that's when we recommend letting it sit for 1 to 2 minutes. It all depends where you live and where you're applying it. And as you guys can see, I am inside a garage. Whenever you are applying a ceramic coating, we always recommend being in an enclosed area where, one, you could control the air so that you don't have dust rolling everywhere. And two, we recommend having a shaded area so your vehicle is not hot. So I finished applying it just to this little small section. I didn't go overboard because I need to come back and remove it using a soft microfiber towel. So the microfiber towel today I'm using is a Workhorse microfiber towel. It has a very short pile. I went with a short pile because a short pile doesn't drag as much, and it's going to work more efficient whenever I am buffing it off. So I'll place the towel down, and all I'm gonna do is just work it side to side. And immediately I start to feel the microfiber strands lift up Carbon Force ceramic coating from the surface of the vehicle. And just like that, by taking these steps, I ceramic coated the vehicle on this area, but now I have the rest of the vehicle to ceramic coat, especially on top up here. So on this M4, it has carbon fiber sitting on top, and right now you guys can see on the screen what ends up happening to carbon fiber when it's not properly cared for. But by using ceramic coating like Carbon Force, one, it's going to maintain this original look, and two, it's not going to allow it to have clear coat failure. So let's just give you guys a quick recap. Carbon Force ceramic coating can be applied to your headlights, your glass, your wheels, clear coated carbon fiber so that you stay protected. Whenever you are done wiping it, I recommend coming at a very low view, inspect the area, make sure there's no high spots. If there is high spots, take your soft microfiber towel and just buff it right off. So like this, you don't have any high spots whenever you are done. So guys, let me finish ceramic coating the whole entire vehicle. You'll get a cool montage. In the meantime, you could also hop onto our website right now, chemicalguys.com, and you could pick up your Carbon Force ceramic coating today. It's a 5-year ceramic coating. I couldn't put my 5 fingers up because I have an applicator, but 5-year ceramic coating that's going to protect your ride from any contaminations, fallout, UV rays, and it's going to maintain your car looking its best. As always, if you also want to pick it up in person, stop by your local detail garage, and thank you for sharing your passion for shine with Chemical Guys.